Welcome to Girls Who Read Porn. Please be advised that this podcast contains mature content for mature audiences. The title might have given that away though. We would also advise you triple check the trigger warnings of each book prior to the episode, and if it's not for you, we'll see you next week. Each episode includes major spoilers, so make sure you read the book, and don't say we didn't warn you. With all that in mind, on with the show.
Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Girls Who Read Porn. I'm here with George.
Hello.
And with B.
Hello.
And with Sadie, who will probably talk throughout this whole episode.
She's just being a little chatty Cathy. She just wants to be involved.
How are you guys?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a whole 24 hours. So last episode we talked about doing this and that, and then we didn't realise that we were only recording the next episode 24 hours later because it took us 6 weeks to read the book before. So
less than 24 hours. It's like 18 hours.
It took us a long time to record that episode. So we're actually going to do it on the next episode. So if you haven't heard it this one, don't worry, it's still coming.
Yeah.
It's the next one after this one, which is
a
JT Gessinger book, I think, which I apparently chose, but I don't even know what it is. And I'm pretty sure I only chose it because it was something that everyone loved.
Can't go wrong with JT.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
I actually was thinking about it just before you guys created this studio, and I was like, what if it's like Pen Pal again and I have a mental breakdown?
You just start crying again?
I'm really scared.
I hope it's like that. I need like a good book like that.
I was kind of thinking, I hope it's like that Monsters series. What's that series that she's got, G? The one with the
Queens and Monsters.
Queens and Monsters.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of hoping it's more along those lines than the Pen Pal, Perfect Strangers. Somebody told me the story of what happens in Perfect Strangers. I would fucking hit my head against a wall if I read that book. The ending is not
I don't think I read it.
The ending, you guys would love it. It's not for me. Not for me at all. No.
Too fucked
the
up?
ending is so fucked up.
Okay, well don't ruin it because I'll put it on my TBR.
Yeah, no. How does she come up with this shit? Like when you read it, you'll understand. But like, how does she come up with this shit? Because I asked somebody to tell me.
Book she does it.
Yeah, but she didn't do it in the Queens and Monsters series.
Yeah, well, she has to give her readers like a little bit of a break, right?
It's like her like mainstream series, though, isn't it? Like her Queens and Monsters. That's like her big ticket item.
Yeah, I think all of her books seem to be her big ticket item. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen somebody that's been like, no. JT Gessinger.
Yeah.
I feel like Perfect Strangers is way more popular than the Queens and Monsters series.
Is it? Because I remember when like Ruthless Creatures and stuff was like blowing up. Everybody fucking loved it.
Definitely did blow up. Like all 4 of those books were fan-fucking-tastic. Sometimes when you get into the series, the first one is like amazing and then it goes to shit. No, this was even Steven all the way through.
Yeah, they just kept on like adding like a new layer every fucking time.
I think I might reread it. But like it's so good all the way through and you're not disappointed at all. It's fantastic, but like Perfect Strangers, blown up. Yeah. Out of this world.
Well, I might have to read it then.
Pen Pal just pissed off so many people. I know that Perfect Strangers pissed off the same amount of people.
Nice.
But I reckon I'd be more fucked up from Perfect Strangers than Pen Pal.
I think you want to kind of piss off people. I think that's something you should strive for.
I fucking love her. I think she's a good fave of mine. Yeah. She's in my top 5.
Yeah.
Well, she's just like one of those people, right, where like you could pick up any one of her books and you know that it's not going to let you down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think it's really hard to achieve that as an author. And it's like no criticism to authors that have had books that haven't been perfect because, you've got to, it's a work in progress. You got to get there. But for some reason, whatever's going on in her head, like it just works every single time.
She needs help. I don't know how else to put it.
To like capitalize her brain.
I don't want her to get help.
I don't want her to get help, but she needs it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that we want her to do it. I'm saying that she needs it. Listen, do me a favor. if you have to, I know that G, you're more likely to do this. Please read Perfect Strangers by next week so that we can talk about what you think.
Did you read it or did you just hear about the end?
No, somebody told me the whole plot point. I know exactly what happens. I refused to fucking read it because I had a meltdown when I only heard the plot points.
Shit.
In a restaurant in Bondi.
That's funny.
Somebody came down from Queensland for a book, for the Babe book event, and we were sitting at breakfast eating, and she's telling me about this book, and I'm like, no, that bitch! Like, I was getting so angry at JT while I was eating, and I didn't even read the book.
Dude,
I actually really want one of you to read it now. Okay, we'll get onto that in JT guessing a week next week. We have to make it like a week every year, just a JT guessing a week.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, love her. So we're talking today about an author who is bloody amazing, helped us out with a giveaway recently with 2 books.
Yeah.
Because they also have a pen name, which is the one that we're reading, that we read today. Peter, the book is called Peter Pumpkined Out, Happy Halloween, by Kacie West.
It's not nothing to do with Halloween.
No, it's nothing to do with Halloween, but it's cool because there's a pumpkin in it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
no, but I think
Halloween theme.
The series is like based on child stories. So there's one about Jack and Jill. I'm pretty sure there might be one about Little Red Riding Hood. Like,
they're nursery rhymes.
Yeah, okay, that's the right way to put it. Yeah, nursery rhymes. So this one's about Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Who in the nursery rhyme is a liar.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what the nursery rhyme's about.
Never heard of okay, I grew up in a Polish household. My nursery rhymes were about an old lady who would threaten to take me away if I didn't go to sleep at night.
Nice.
Yeah.
British nursery rhymes are also depressing. Like,
yeah.
You got the old woman that lived in a shoe.
Oh, it's very sad.
The old woman that ate a spider.
Mm-hmm. Don't know that one.
And the Black Plague.
Inside her. Yeah.
And the Black Plague.
Yeah. The what's it called?
Ring Around the Roses.
Ring Around the Roses, that's it. And London Bridge is burning down.
Oh, that was sad. But that's a true story.
It is a true story.
Yep. That's where they got it from. But no, Polish ones are really fucking creepy. And I grew up with a mother who had only learned English recently when she moved to Australia. So I only knew Polish nursery rhymes and I don't know many English ones. So I know that I walk, like when Josh and I are playing Monopoly, I scream out cheetah, cheetah, pumpkin eater. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize that Peter was actually a liar. What's the nursery rhyme? So what does he do?
I cannot remember. You read the blurb and I'll find the nursery rhyme. How about that?
So the blurb is, all it takes is one smile from the gorgeous bartender for me to make up the dumbest lie I'll ever tell. Who pretends to be broke? Apparently I do, because I'm no longer Peter Caruso, billionaire, owner of All Out Brewery. I'm just a claustrophobic delivery driver Cara agrees to date. Suddenly I'm walking up hundreds of stairs, skipping the expensive restaurants and forgetting I can't afford box seats to professional sporting events, and to impress the woman who is quickly stealing my heart. But when she finds out who I am, I need to lock her in a pumpkin just to keep her.
Oh, well, the nursery rhyme is Peter Pumpkin Eater had a wife and couldn't keep her. He put her in a pumpkin shell and there he kept her very well.
Okay, so that's
basically like the premise of the book, which he did keep her in a pumpkin at some point in the book. So very on brand.
That's actually pretty fucking funny.
Yeah,
it's clever. I've never come across books which were based on nursery rhymes. Like we've seen the Disney retellings.
Yeah, Disney retellings.
But not nursery rhyme. Oh, maybe Little Red Riding Hood may have one, but
Little Red Riding Hood's a fairy tale.
Yeah,
that's not a
there's definitely been fairy tales. There's definitely been Disney villains and Disney characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the first time I've read one about obscure nursery rhymes.
Which is pretty fucking clever.
Yeah. Very old-fashioned nursery rhymes too, eh?
Yeah.
Like, they've been around forever.
Yeah. Okay, let's rate it.
Rate it. I'm gonna give it, I'd say probably a 3.5.
Yeah, I was probably sticking at 3-4.
Yeah, I think
middle of the road.
Yeah, well, it's let's talk about the porn sandwich. It's the bread.
Yeah, it's a novella. Like, it's 160 pages, and it's 160 pages on, like, my Kindle, but a lot of those pages are taken up with, like, text bubbles, like, when they're, like, texting each other, which I think, like, reduces the amount of paging and improves, like, the reading time, I guess. And it's not very, like, there was no expectation going into it that it would be some deep and meaningful thing. It's silly. No. It's a bit of fun.
It's a rom-com.
Short and sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you guys like about it? I can go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah, I liked that they brought up the topic, which I brought up with you guys last week, yesterday, whatever, about how awkward it is when you're first having sex with someone.
Yeah.
When you're trying to work out each other's kinks.
Dude, that whole thing was like, oh my God.
I know, it was so, I told you, I nearly threw my freaking Kindle across the room because it's so dramatized, right? Like,
dude.
Like, obviously, nobody would go to that extent, but it's so true. Like, what do you do in a situation where, like, you've misunderstood something and then all of a sudden you're calling somebody who is not a dom at all daddy for, like, 3 weeks and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
I was slightly confused because it's obviously very dramatized, so it went to a very big extreme. So it went from like her just saying an offhand comment of like good boy to him like buying like a fucking hamster wheel. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's very like
it's on the
we
spectrum.
moved very quickly.
Yeah, I think I think I liked that it was like quite just to the point, and there wasn't like too much fucking around with like the conflict, which is nice in a novella, because, you know, if you've got a novella, you don't want like half of it to be like they're pissed at each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, that whole like segment, like being confused about how kinky the other one was, it felt like there wasn't enough space in the book to like properly include it almost, you know, so it was very much like, oh.
Yeah, it like was very dramatic.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of the book was just how much time they spent talking about like unions and workers' rights. Yeah. Because I didn't expect it, right? Like, you're like, okay, rom-com about this, I don't know, like this nursery rhyme, and like you kind of gave me a little like overview of the book before I started reading it, because I literally finished it this morning. And I was like, okay, yeah, interesting, simple. And then we get into it and we're talking about like union meetings and like workers' rights, and I'm like, what the fuck am I reading?
Yeah, but it's always about how the guy changes the girl, right? We always read that. That's like such a common trope. So it's nice to see a girl changing a guy.
No, it was I liked it. I like when people shove like political messages that I agree with into books. I'm like, yes, he is a shit CEO and his workers should have more rights.
Unionize.
Exactly. Join your local union.
What didn't we like? Oh, G, do you want to talk about what you liked? Did you kind of already go over it?
I already kind of went over like both. What I liked and didn't like.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
In one go.
Yeah.
What didn't I like? I don't know. I don't think there's enough for me to be like, I didn't like something. I just, like, it's just not my, I guess, like, it's just a rom-com, which isn't my kind of book.
Yeah,
but I have it's not, like, offensive. I have no, like, harsh opinions about it. It, like, you know what I mean? Like, I probably wouldn't read the rest of the series, but not because there's anything wrong with it, but because it's just, I just don't go for rom-coms.
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. I think it's kind of a good book, like, if you're really into rom-coms and you're in a slump. And you just need like something to push you over, because it is ridiculous, but she also knows it's ridiculous. That's what I love about it. Like, the author is fully aware that it is fucking crazy.
Like, yeah, it's like big comedy. That's what George was saying. Like, it's big comedy.
Yeah. And I know so many people who have read it and who actually like laughed out loud, like died from it, because that's their sort of humor.
Yeah, I can imagine that a lot of people would find it really funny. It's just like, it's not my humor. Yeah, I don't go for big
because
comedy.
You don't laugh.
I laugh all the time. I'm hilarious.
She laughs at like very subtle things.
Yeah,
I like dry humor, and I like absurdism.
Yeah.
Anything that's like, how do I like any like Monty Python? Some of my favorite.
So fucking
like,
funny. So
humorous movies.
Blackadder. Blackadder is
Yeah.
like the best thing that has ever happened, or like even a low. I fucking love
Yeah.
that English stuff.
Because it's just like dry, absurdist humor. Like you don't expect it, and then it's really simple, and then it makes you laugh. Like that's my kind of humor.
Yeah, so good.
But this book is very like slapstick, very big comedy, like that kind of energy. So if you like that kind of comedy, like you'll really like this book.
Yeah, you will. You'll love it. Favorite sex scenes?
I liked the first one.
Yeah,
First time they have sex.
Yeah,
I just thought it was like really. I think maybe because it was like the longest.
maybe.
Sex scenes, so it was like a wee bit more like detail.
It's difficult. Like when you're writing a novella, the whole thing is either going to be a sex scene or there's got to be story and like minimal sex in it.
Yeah,
like you can't mix it well. I feel
there were really only like 2 sex scenes.
Yeah, but like, listen, we just read. I'm going to bring it up again from Luke Off with Love, and there was half of a sex scene in that one, and we fucking gagged over
Yeah,
it.
Man.
we were whores for that book.
Yeah, because you don't have to have a smutty book that's just inundated with sex. Like,
yeah,
so
they have to be
nice.
like a good romance.
Yeah, sometimes the tension is enough for you to be like, wow, this is spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read all of her books.
Yeah.
I've only got like one left, which I'm reading probably this week at some point.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. That was a quick one, which is great because we wanted it to be quick for a novella. Yeah. I want to talk about, which, God, pray for me because I don't even know why the fuck I'm bringing this up. I hate it so much, but we're going to talk about it after.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, man. This weekend, last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Some weekend that just happened, me and George finally finished the After series with the 5th movie.
Can I say something about the 5th movie?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys told me that the chick pulled out of it, so the whole thing is just about him, right?
Well, she's got like 15 minutes of screen
time. Imagine hating something so much that you pull out of it in the last movie.
Dude, 5 movies, it's a lot.
Yeah. I don't even know why she pulled out of it.
Because it's shit. Every other the OC guy pulled out after the first one. He goes, "No, I'm not fucking putting my name on that. I prefer not to have a job."
At least once.
Yeah.
The only consistent character is is Hero, and I think he loves the movies.
Yeah, dude, Frost them.
Who's Hero?
He's the guy who plays Hardin.
Oh, what about Landon?
Landon gets recast.
Yeah.
They all get recast.
This is absurd. This is ridiculous. This is not a real series. It's not like fucking Harry Potter where it's all the same people the whole way through.
Okay. I don't want it to be like that.
No. That's not the purpose.
I feel like it's just a shame. It could have been better.
It's so good. It's just so good because it's like a little like cult, like it's turned into like a little cult classic already, right? Very niche.
Yeah.
A very certain like group of people love it, and it's not because they genuinely think it's good cinema.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
The last movie wasn't that bad. The last movie was probably in regards to like, I don't know, just general movies. The last movie felt the most like an actual movie.
Like a real movie.
Probably because they're not like having fucking R-rated sex in the movie. Like, did they even
There was R-rated sex, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay. I was gonna say, because like, how did they do it without her in it?
Because she was in the beginning.
It's like his like redemption arc.
Yeah. So she was in it for a little bit, like 5 minutes at the beginning, and then like 10 minutes at the end, and then the entire rest of the movie was him making amends with the girl that he fucked over.
Yeah, and like fixing his mistakes and stuff.
Fixing his mistakes with her?
Just fixing his mistakes with the girl that he'd previously been with, who he like fucked over, he like ruined her life.
I don't remember that in the book, but yeah.
So basically, what happens is like the reason he has to move from the UK to America.
Oh, I remember.
Is because he like sleeps with a girl, films it for a bit, and then like the video gets released, and then she like
it's like her life is
ruined and stuff, and so he leaves to America because he's also like his life is ruined, justifiably, and he goes and finds her and like fixes his issues with her, and then writes his second book about like mending his issues with her, which obviously I guess like Tessa reads and realizes that he's like a changed person, and then they get married and have children.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But okay, to lead into this, right? So we watched the final After movie, but it was still early in the night. And then I'd seen that the Beautiful Disaster movie had been released on Amazon Prime.
Beautiful Disaster?
Beautiful Disaster is like in the same category as After. So it was published in like 2011. I read After. I read all the After books, and I could read them despite how like absolutely terrible they were. I couldn't finish Beautiful Disaster because it was so much worse.
Oh, what's it about?
So then I was like, oh my god, like what is the movie going to be like? And it has fucking like, is it Dylan Sprouse or Cole?
Yeah, Dylan Sprouse.
And it has Dylan Sprouse as the main character, Trevor. Dylan Sprouse who plays Trevor in the After movies. And it's like produced by the same people that like made After. So there's all these weird like crossovers and like references.
It's so good.
It was so good. They turned this like terrible movie and they like made this terrible book and they made fun of it the entire time the movie was on. Like everybody was just like
it was a comedy, like, and it was meant to be a comedy.
Yeah,
like, you know how we laugh at After, but it was never made to be a funny movie. Well, they I think they realized that. I think they realized that their audience find these movies ridiculous and laugh at them. So when they made
like,
Beautiful Disaster, which is a very similar premise to After, which is like angry men meets like
studious women.
Can I ask why you couldn't finish it? Like, what's this book about? Tell me everything about it.
The book was like, I just couldn't finish it because the book was just like terrible.
Okay,
that's it. Like I couldn't finish it. Like he is like insanely violent. She's like really annoying. Like every 2 pages they fight. Like it's worse than After. Way more angst than After.
How can there possibly even fit more angst in a book than the last After book?
So much more.
That last book, I remember sitting at Tamarama trying to fucking get through it because I was suffering and I couldn't stop. And the thing is, this bitch, she knows, I'm not going to call her a bitch, we hate that word. This Wally knows that she wrote some shit and she tricks you into thinking the book is amazing because she fucks up your head until about a month later you're like, what the fuck did I read a month ago?
No, it's still amazing.
No, it's not.
I can offer no faults, no critiques to like Anna Todd.
See, that's the thing that like,
what do you rate it?
You couldn't even read it ironically.
Oh,
because it's just like it's just too much. He's so violent in the book.
He's like he's like an underground like bare knuckle fighter.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's like,
and she's like a gambling, like a poker gambling prodigy who's like trying to escape the life and is trying to like recreate herself as like a nice, sweet, smart college girl.
Yeah, but I think you would really like this movie because it actually does poke fun at like the angsty romance world. Yeah, like it's meant to be hilarious. It's absolutely ridiculous, and you're meant to laugh at it. And in no sense it ever pretended to be a serious love story.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gives me Hangover vibes. It's like Hangover vibes level.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's very similar to The Hangover.
I fucking love The Hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that kind of humor.
You should watch it.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. It's like an hour and a half long. Great movie length.
And the second one's coming out next year.
Yeah, the second one's coming out in like March. They filmed 2 at the same time.
They knew it was going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Well, After was a hit.
But After is completely different to this. It's a
No, I know, but like they know what a hit is, obviously. Like they did After and they were like, this is obviously the shit.
They definitely pushed it towards the people who love watching After because it's so terrible. Like it felt like a movie, like we watched it as a group and we were like, that movie was made for us.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
it has a bunch of After references in it. Like they go to a party together and there's a guy there wearing a t-shirt that says like fucking Trevor.
Yeah.
And one of the characters in the movie is like watching After and crying.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's so awkward.
Much of it.
Like.
So how do we feel about the ending
of the Afters books?
Yeah.
I mean, it's bittersweet. It's so sad.
They're always good to rewatch, aren't they?
I have nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is it. There's nothing left for you except for this second movie of the beautiful, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, well, I've got nothing to look forward to anymore. Honestly.
In
nothing
life.
to look forward to.
That's it.
Your purpose for life is over.
Your purpose
That's
for
not
life
true,
is over?
That's your 13th reason.
Anna Todd's got another book coming out soon, which is a third in her, I don't know, Burning, Falling, Brightest Stars series. So, I've got that to look forward to.
Is it good?
The Brightest Star series?
Didn't you say that it was heavily edited? I feel like that's the nicest way to say it. And not say what you actually said word for word. Did you say that on the podcast? I don't remember if you said what.
Yeah, I did. I said she didn't write the book.
Okay, cool. Right, so we're saying that out loud. I just wasn't sure if that was off the podcast or on the podcast that you said.
But I didn't mean it, actually. It was just more me insinuating that her writing has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Since the After series. She's greatly improved.
And she's got a big team around her now.
I hope so. At least she, with all the money that she's clocking in now, you'd hope that she'd get a better fucking editor.
She's also hot as shit now. She's had a real glow up.
She got her tits reduced.
Yeah, I think she lost a lot of weight as well.
Yeah, she got a reduction.
Had some stuff done.
She looks really cute.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, she's living her best life, and I cannot fault her. She's done everything she needs to do. She can die happy. She's changed the world.
An important historical figure. In 100 years, people will be writing essays about fucking Anna Todd.
Nobody
and
will
so
be
they
except
should.
for Betty. Betty will be like a fucking philosopher
if I
of
could
Anna Todd.
If I could do my PhD dissertation in like the After movies, I would do it.
Was the last movie good? Like, we don't know. Tell us what's going on with the last movie.
Was it good? I mean, like it was on
Yeah,
par
good.
with the rest of the movies. I mean, like it ended really abruptly.
It was like more of a normal movie than the rest of them. It was like more of like an actual like.
There was
normal
less. There
movie.
wasn't much angst in it.
No.
Which is shocking because the whole thing was angst, like the last book.
Oh, we missed out the best part as well, which is that Betty gave a presentation beforehand that covered all 4 of the previous movies.
I did give a presentation. Well, because we didn't have enough time to watch all of the movies and then watch the last one. So I spent 2 hours slightly intoxicated making a PowerPoint presentation to go over all of the movies.
I
And
asked you if you'd put that on
said
Instagram.
after my Roman Empire.
Put it on Instagram, the PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably like fit it to an Instagram post and post it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 27 slides.
Why?
It's small. Because then we had like a whole fucking 4 books to compile, 4
Oh my
movies to
god,
compile.
what is in this presentation?
All of the characters and their actor changes.
Oh my fucking god, that would be 12 pages out of the 27.
It was actually 17 pages out of the 27. And then and then I did like a bullet point of like each major plot, right? Plot point. Because I had to do that. And then a couple of clips. You know, like the best scene in the entire series is a scene where Tessa and Molly have a fucking fist fight.
Yeah.
So I had to include that.
When
Juice
was
is
that?
like, is it true
second
that
movie.
you're a whore? And everybody goes like, oh
Oh,
shit. And it's just like the worst comeback anybody's ever seen.
when they're on the floor at the stairs.
Yeah, the bottom in the
at the
house,
bottom
in
of
the
the
frat
stairs,
house,
yeah,
on the
at
New
the frat
Year's,
house.
and she's
Yeah.
wearing the red Happy fucking New Year,
Bitch! Yes! I remember that actually. I've only watched 3.
Well, you have to watch the other 2.
I don't think I can.
Well, you
Just
have
watch
to.
it.
I really hate them that much.
Just fucking watch it, man.
I
Just
don't
so
know
can
why
hate
you hate
it.
them so much. They're like not even that bad. Like they're actually really like digestible.
Not for me personally, but I don't know how else to say. I honestly watch it and I almost like, I have this really like aggressive reaction to movies which are really awkward for me to, like yesterday I couldn't finish the Transformers for some reason because it was just too stressful. I was like, I can't deal with stressful movies.
Does After like stress you out?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's pretty stressful. The books were
Yeah.
fucking stressful.
Yeah, like
The
I
movies
don't
were
like
at
that
least
feeling.
so,
Like
but
I
the
can,
books were like
I can feel it in my chest that like I feel like I'm compressing
Anxiety.
and I freak
I
out
think
and I like go into a ball in the corner of the couch and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself?
I'm pretty sure the first time I read the After book, I lost weight because I was just like.
I'm not
Tensing.
surprised. I'm not surprised at all because it was so fucking stressful and I'll never think like I remember finishing it and just feeling like I was in a daze for a week.
dude.
Yeah, I can imagine. But without those books, we never would have been friends.
Never. That is the reason why this podcast exists.
So silly.
It's so
like
weird.
it's literally the pinnacle of like everything in my life. Everything in my life has started with After in some
That's
sense.
so fucking untrue.
No, it's not.
Okay, because when did After start?
When did it come out? It came out in like 2013. But
Yeah,
I read it in like 2000.
When we were living together, which was 2020.
Yeah. 2020.
What I'm trying to say is you were alive before 2013.
She was just surviving though. She wasn't.
You were just surviving.
Exactly.
You were just like born to be an After fanatic.
I am, and at the ripe old age of 24, I'm really doing well.
24?
Yeah.
Fuck me, you're so young. That actually just hurt my dying ovaries.
Maybe you're secretly young, and that's why you have young friends.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You guys are my youngest friends, though.
25 and 24.
Yeah, everyone else I have is older than me.
I don't think we've ever actually said our age on the podcast before.
No, I've said mine. I'm 30. Oh,
Wow.
no! I actually had a nightmare the other day that I was 33 and I didn't know that I was 33 and I kept saying I was 30. And then I just like freaked out when I found out I was 33. I was like, no, I lost 3 years of this.
Man.
That's so specific. Why 33?
I don't know. I think it's because everyone in my life who's important right now, like in my friendship group, is 33.
Oh.
Yeah. They're
Yeah,
either
fair
30 or 33. Those are the, like, 3 years older or my exact age.
Wow.
Being 30 is interesting. I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Staying 25. Stay there.
Oh my god. I don't have that choice, unfortunately.
No.
I will eventually age, and up until the ripe old age of my death, I will continue talking about the actor.
I actually wanted to just ask that. Will this be a forever thing?
Oh, 100%. Me and George are about to get an after-related tattoo.
Yeah.
What are you getting?
We're getting the quote. It's like a recreation of a quote from Wuthering Heights.
Yeah, which is whatever our souls are made of, hers and mine are the same.
Yeah. Yeah, because the original one is like his and mine are the same.
So it's just changed to hers and mine are the
So
same.
we're just changing it to hers and mine, which is I think what?
Which is a direct quote from After, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, also, Wuthering Heights is like my favorite book. So it still kind of like counts as like a good tattoo, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So
I'm
After
getting-
is mine. But...
I'm getting my tattoo fixed up next week.
Nice.
I'm adding some stuff to it.
I'm also
Nice.
getting a tattoo in a couple of weeks.
Far out. But no, this will be the end for me. It's still part of the first tattoo. I'm just getting a couple of things around it and then I'm done ski.
Well, I'm getting a full sleeve, so...
Fuck me. What are you getting?
The birds and flowers and snakes and shit.
Perfect.
I don't know, I just like...
It's the circle of life on your arm.
Well, I just send things to my tattoo artist and I'm like, hey, please make it look pretty. And she goes, yep. And then I go in and I just do whatever she tells me to do.
I found out that my birth flower, and I got so fucking excited about that. You know how there's like gemstones for every month and stuff? I found out what my flower is, and I'm psyched about my flower. You know when like something's just a winner? Cherry blossoms.
Nice.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah,
I have
that's
no
a
idea what
good
mine
flower.
No.
Oh
Do
my
you guys
God.
like every time I look up my birthstone, it like changes? Like it's either pearl or it's amethyst, and it won't give me like a straight answer.
Mine's
There's like
just-
multiple sources.
Mine's straight up diamond. Just clear as fuck
Nice.
diamond.
Mine's poppy.
I'm a rich bitch. Oh, I love poppies. They are actually one of my favorite flowers as well. They have poppies everywhere in Poland. They're like overgrown everywhere with poppies.
Nice.
Yeah, wildflower.
George, yours is a rose.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not too fussed about roses.
Neither.
I like the way they smell. I'm just like not a huge fan of the way they look.
I don't like eating rose.
I
You don't
love
like
eating rose.
I love
Oh.
rose flavor.
I can't stand it.
One time when I was in Sydney, I had rose flavored ice cream. It was like the best ice cream I've ever had in my
They
life.
sell it in Newtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, and it was from Newtown.
Yeah, obviously, because where the fuck else would they sell? And where the
Yeah.
fuck else would you go if you're in Sydney?
Well, that's where my dad used to live. My dad's like very alty, so
Yeah, like out of anywhere that you guys would end up in Sydney, you'd somehow weasel your ways into fucking Newtown.
Last time I went to Newtown though, like it wasn't as good. Like when I was a kid, it was like really cool and fun, and then I went back when I was 20.
You gotta go like and more Marrickville now.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
what are we doing next week?
JT,
I'm looking. God, we're
something
so
lies.
Liars like us.
What is it about? Do I want to do that? Am I gonna end up in fucking hospital?
No, we're doing it. We're not changing it.
I know we're doing it, but am I gonna end up in hospital? Is my question.
I just want to read like one book that I'm passionate about this month.
Oh,
quite honestly,
you'll probably be passionate about this.
Yeah, that's why we're keeping it.
It's just been
I don't want to strike out again.
And ahs, like yeah, all right.
I know that we're gonna love it. There's no like whatever. I'm gonna give it 5 stars now. I haven't even read it.
All right, guys.
Okay, thank you for being with us. It's very exciting.
Give us this and that.
Yeah. What Betty
you want to know about us?
Well, yeah. We asked last episode, they're not going to hear it by the time we're going to already have recorded it by the time this episode comes out. So thanks for your this and that's that you sent on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because we're recording it next weekend, the next episode, and this one comes out the Tuesday after.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, don't fucking send us anything.
Why the fuck are you our editor?
I don't know. I still do never get the episodes up on time.
You try.
I really don't.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. No. If I don't get it up in time, it's usually because I'm stuck at work.
Yeah,
because I work shift work, so I apologize in advance.
It comes out at 3 and 5 a.m. in the States. We're okay. And that's where nearly all of our listeners are.
Very true.
All right.
Okie dokie, artichokey. Good app. Catch you on the flip for this and that next week.
Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Girls Who Read Porn. Follow us at Girls Who Read Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And for all business inquiries, please send us an email on girlswhoreadporn@gmail.com. Art created by Jessica Wanney and music made by Dane Forgy Stevens. See you next week and stay smutty, team.